It is day number 71 of the self-quarantine today here in Los Angeles, and I'm going to start by talking about the situation regarding COVID-19 here in Los Angeles. So the number of cases and deaths are still rising. That hasn't changed one bit. I'm just giving you an update of what those numbers are, both cases and deaths. So far, there hasn't been any new spikes, and that is a good news to go on, and that can give us a little bit of hope for the future, and we can actually see that Los Angeles is doing its best to contain those numbers. Something else that I came across earlier today, I actually read an article that came from a study from UCLA, and you can actually go on the website on the KTLA 5 news to read more about it. And this is what it said. It basically said that Los Angeles have not sufficiently contained the virus to reopen more activities, commerce, and has chosen to move more slowly on reopening businesses. It's not doing the same thing like other cities and other places in California, because in other cities of California they're actually reopening much faster. The reason why is because Los Angeles accounts for at least 50% of the state cases of people that were infected with COVID-19, and it also accounts for the 55% of the state deaths because of COVID-19. And the study also showed that it found that 40% of Black and Latinos reside in neighborhoods where living conditions make them more susceptible to getting infected or transmitting the virus. So if you remember in my very, very early videos of the Corona Diaries, I said this and I was warning people about it, that the people that was mostly affected during the start of this pandemic were Blacks and Latinos. And this just shows that UCLA were paying attention maybe to my video, but also what was going around specifically in Los Angeles. And the reason why, I have a couple of reasons. Like I said before, a lot of the Latinos and Blacks that reside here, we don't have the luxury of staying at home. We have to go to work. We have to pay the rent. We don't have the option to stay at home. We have to make the income. And like I said before, unemployment has been a disaster. And I just hope that Los Angeles and other local officials can do something to ease the suffering and just the stress of the Latino and Black population that is going through this pandemic. All we can do is to make sure that we follow the guidelines from the CDC and the Public Health Department to do our best to combat the COVID-19 virus. And I know we can. It's just going to take a very disciplined way of doing it and just having each other's backs. Because the Black community and the Latino community has to come together to fight this virus as one brotherhood and make sure that we can beat it. And I know we can. Like I said in my previous videos, I've been talking about my dissatisfaction of the EDD, the Unemployment Insurance Department, specifically here in California. And there's actually an article that just came out. It was from the LA Times. And it basically said that this past Thursday, California lawmakers addressed the EDD, and they wanted to get some answers of why the unemployment office wasn't helping all Californians fast enough during this COVID-19 crisis. It said that the agency has failed all of the state of California, that over 2 months people have not been paid. For the past 2 months, a lot of Californians haven't been able to reach them. And for 2 months, most haven't received any benefits. And EDD basically talked and responded and said that the reason for the failure was because they had lack of staff and an old computer system. And I don't think that was a good enough excuse, because I'm thinking if you're using that as an excuse, you should have said something much sooner than where we are now. Because now A lot of Californians are out of work. They're trying to get unemployment. They're trying to pay rent. I keep stressing it. A lot of them haven't even gotten paid in these past 10 weeks, going on 11. And EDD needs to start helping much faster, start sending that money faster. Because as the days goes by, as the weeks goes by, there's just going to be more and more anger around California and its community, and EDD will have a lot of answering to do once all this pandemic is over. So there's actually some exciting breaking news that I just want to share with everyone. I was actually finishing watching the news just a couple minutes ago, and the Los Angeles County Public Health Department official announced that they are seeing a steadily decline of COVID-19 infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. That is actually some good news. And if you want to get more information about any daily updates about what's going on in Los Angeles, if you're from Los Angeles or not from Los Angeles and you want to get some info, this is how you do it. You go to publichealth.lacounty.gov, and it shows you every single day they update of what the numbers are, what the cases are, what the deaths are, how are they getting the information, what are the different cities that reside in LA, what are the numbers there. And that's how I'm getting my information every single day. So for those of you who are curious, go to that website. But it's looking like some really good positive news that we needed, specifically in these uncertain and difficult times. So lastly, everyone, all I can say is that is it for my video for today. I will continue to update every single day of what is happening in Los Angeles. How is Los Angeles living during the COVID-19 pandemic through my eyes? And right now I'm outside just enjoying a little bit of fresh air and just relaxing a little bit and not stressing too much as well, because I know that even though it's been a hard over 2 months going through this virus, it's good to have faith, it's good to have endurance, it's good to have friends and family, near or far, to have your back, and to always be thankful for the things that you have in your life, not to take anything for granted. So everyone, stay strong, stay safe.